I've been playing this deck and it's really fun. Let's learn how to play Regidrago VSTAR. In this video, I'll show you the deck list, explanation of the cards, and the gameplay from Pokemon TCG Live. And as always, all the timestamp will be down below. Let's start off with the deck list. For the Pokemon, you have 4 Regidrago V, 3 Regidrago VSTAR, 4 Teal Mask Ogerpon Ex, 2 Dragapult EX, 1 Noivern EX, 1 BINDRZ VSTAR, 1 Regidrago EX, 1 Mew EX, and 1 Cleffa. For the supporter, you have 4 Professor Research, 3 Boss's Order, 2 Ionos, and 1 Penny. For the items, you have 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Energy Switches, 4 Earthen Vessel, 2 Superior Energy Retrieval, 1 Switch, and 1 Prime Catcher. For the energies, you have 9 Grass and 3 Fire. And here's the overview of the deck. Now let's talk about all the cards in the deck. We'll start off with the Pokemon. Regidrago V evolves into Regidrago VSTAR, which is the main attacker of this deck. For 2 Grass Energy and 1 Fire, his first attack lets you choose a Dragon-type Pokemon from your discard pile and use one of their attacks, which is why you're running all these Dragon-type Pokemon. I find myself using Dragapult EX a lot of the times, that's why we're running 2 of them. His second attack, Phantom Dive, is way too good. You do 200 damage and you put 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon any way you like. Noivern EX is good for decks that use basic Pokemon to attack. His first attack, Convert Flight, does 70 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to the Pokemon by attack from basic Pokemon. This is really good against Lost Box or Raging Bolt EX decks. I barely use Hisuian Guja VSTAR, but it's still good to have. His attack, Rolling Iron, does 200 damage. During your opponent's next turn, you take 80 less damage. I usually use this attack if my Dragapult EX is not in the discard pile yet. And lastly, Raging Bolt EX is there to knock out Pokemon with a lot of HP. With the second attack, Bellowing Thunder, you do 70 damage for each basic energy you discard from your Pokemon. So basically the goal of this deck is to discard all these Dragon-type Pokemon. Let's go back to Regidrago VSTAR and talk about his ability. His VSTAR ability, Legacy Star, lets you discard the top 7 cards of your deck and you can put 2 cards from your discard pile back into your hand. It's a good way to put Dragon-type Pokemon into the discard pile and you can get 2 cards back. But since it's a VSTAR ability, you can only use it once per game. Now let's talk about the Teal Mask Ogerpon Ex. This is basically your draw engine and ways to accelerate energy. With its ability, Teal Dance, you can attach 1 grass energy from your hand and you can draw 1 card. Which is why we're running 4 energy switches, so you can switch the grass energy from the Teal Mask Ogerpon onto the Regidrago. But Teal Mask Ogerpon EX can also be used as an attacker. For 3 grass energy, it can do 30 damage plus 30 more damage for each energy attached to both of your active Pokemon. If you're going against a dark type deck, this will be a good attacker. Mew EX is there for his ability and sometimes you can use his attack as well. His ability, Restart, lets you draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. But sometimes his attack, Genome Hack, can come in handy. For 3 colorless energy, you can copy your opponent's active Pokemon's attack and use it as your own. I find myself using this attack a lot against Mimikyu. And lastly, Cleffa. It's mainly there for its attack. For no energy at all, you can draw until you have 7 cards in your hand. This is mainly there if you're going second, because you always want to go first with this deck. Let's talk about the supporters. Professor Research lets you discard your whole hand and draw 7. Once again, you're trying to get rid of your Dragon-type Pokemon, so this is a very good card. Boss's Order lets you switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active. Iono lets you draw and disrupt your opponent. Penny lets you put 1 basic Pokemon in play back into your hand. So all the Dragon types are evolution Pokemon, besides Raging Bolt EX. So sometimes if you start Raging Bolt EX, you gotta get rid of him. And also Penny's really good against Stall as well. Now let's talk about the items. Nest Ball and Ultra Ball lets you search for your Pokemon. You have to discard 2 cards from your hand to use Ultra Ball, so this is a really good card. Once again, we're trying to discard our Dragon-type Pokemon so we use the attack. Energy Switch lets you move 1 basic energy from one Pokemon to another Pokemon. So once again, you use Teal Mask Ogerpon to accelerate grass energy onto him. Then use Energy Switch to move it into the Regidrago. Earthen Vessel lets you search for 2 energy from your deck and add it to your hand. But you have to discard 1 card. And once again, this is another way to get your Dragon-type Pokemon into the discard pile. Superior Energy Retrieval lets you get back 4 basic energy from your discard pile back into your hand. But you have to discard 2 cards. And once again, if any of these Dragon types are in your hand, you want to get rid of them. Switch lets you switch one of your bench Pokemon to the active. Regidrago V and VSTAR both have 3 energy costs to retreat. So it's nice to have 1 switch. It's also not a bad card to have against Stall. And for our last item, which is also our A-Spec, is our Prime Catcher. You switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active, and you also do the same as well. And that is all the cards we have in this deck. For this deck, you really want to go first. You're going to attach 1 energy, and you can also evolve to your VSTAR next turn. If you have any questions about this deck, please let me know in the comments. Alright, let's check out gameplay from Pokemon TCG Live.
Alright, let's get into the game. We always pick heads in this channel. And we are never punished. Heads always win. We're going to choose to go first because we do want to go first with the deck. You want to set up, attach 1 energy to your Regidrago, and then that way next turn you can evolve. And we're starting off with a Cleffa here, which is not too bad. It's a free retreat. That's why we put it up in the front. And of course we're going first, so I'm going to put down that Regidrago V after our opponent choose which card he wants to start with. Let's see what card it is. It's a Tatsugiri, so it's still not for sure what deck they're running. Having a Grass Ogerpon is not bad. We have a Nest Ball here, so we can either get a Regidrago V or another Grass Ogerpon. I decide to gamble to get another one so we get more draw power. But if you know your opponent can attack their first turn, then it's probably a good idea to have another Regidrago V. And that's all we can do with our hand at the moment. All right, let's figure out what deck they're playing. Tatsugiri could be in Miraidon. They got an Iono. I've seen some lists of Regidrago run Tatsugiri. Okay, it's Charizard. They have a Pidgey. Will they put down another Charmander? Because if we have a way to bring that up, they basically kind of just lose. And we have a really good matchup against Charizard EX. Charizard EX is a dark type, so we can always attack with a Teal Mask Ogerpon. Because with 5 energy, you're able to knock out the Charizard. 5 energies total. So they're going to choose the Ionas. I'm guessing they're trying their best to get another Charmander down, and then they're just going to instant charge. So we have the energy switch, which is not too bad. We have another Regidrago in hand. So they do have 2 Charmanders down. Our goal next turn is to get Regidrago VSTAR and then try to get Dragapult into the discard. That way we can get 2 Prizer. We can attack the Tatsugiri and then knock out their Pidgey. And yep, they're just going to instant charge. We got 2 energy switches, which is not too bad, but we do have to discard one of them. Just because we have nothing else in hand. I'm thinning out my deck. Probably get another Grass Ogerpon here. Thin in my deck so we can hit the Regidrago V. And we're also losing 2 bosses order, which is kind of sad. And the Dragapult is in our hand, but luckily we got the Regidrago VSTAR. Can we get like an Ultra Ball with this Teal Dance? Nope. We can try again. We have 3 Grass Ogerpon. Using Teal Dance to attach the Grass Energy to draw 1. Come on. Another research. Not what we're looking for, but we still have the Regidrago VSTAR's ability, which we're going to activate right now. Ooh, we do need the Fire Energy and the Energy Switch. I think Earth Invest was the way to get rid of our Dragapult V. And then I think I should get an Energy Switch, right? No, I already have one in hand. But I'm thinking really hard here. Like, we already out of energy switches, right? We have 1 in hand, 2 in the discard pile. Yeah, we should get 1 just in case. So we get rid of Dragapult EX, so we have that Fire Energy to manually attach to Regidrago V. We're gonna use Teal Dance again, draw more cards. Okay, we're just gonna energy switch and we're gonna attack with Regidrago V by retreating the Cleffa, which has 0 retreat costs. And we're gonna copy Dragapult EX attack here, which is Phantom Dive. You do 200 to the active and then 60 damage counters to their bench Pokemon, any way you like. So 50 on the Pidgey for sure. And then we're just gonna put 10 on the Charmander just to weaken it up a little bit. We only have 1 boss left in deck, and we have a Prime Catcher. So we can always like Prime Catcher up a Rotom V. That's an easy 2 Prizer. Or we can just attack with Teal Mask Ogerpon to the Charizard. And even though we only took 2 prize, the Charizard EX cannot knock out my Regidrago V yet. So they have to boss up one of my other 2 Prizer, which they will be able to knock out. But do they have the boss in hand though? That's the question. I don't think Charizard EX runs Prime Catcher anymore. A lot of them run Unfair Stamp now, I believe. So no boss. That's the Arven. Maybe they do run Prime Catcher in this build. Who knows? They can get that with Arven. They're choosing Rare Candy and Defiance Spam. With Defiance Spam, there's still not enough. It'll be 270 damage. Okay, they're Ultra Balling. Are they trying to get out like another Pidgey, maybe? What are they getting of? A Fire Energy and a Defiance Band. Okay, so they're not using Defiance Band. They're getting another Charizard. They're trying to set up 2 Charizard. Very interesting. How are they gonna knock me out? Forest Seal? Prime Catcher? What are they gonna get? I'm confused. Okay, come on. What are they gonna do? Anytime now. Because we're ready to kill you next turn. Super Rod. Do you think they got the Super Rod from the Forest Seal Stone here? Tatsugiri and a Fire Energy. Oh, so okay, they have Unfair Stamp. That's probably what they got from the Forest Seal Stone. That is not a good hand. But luckily, they can't knock us out at all. Should be 270. No, not without a Defiance Band, it'll be 240. Yeah. Very interesting play. And we top deck the Prime Catcher, which will probably just bring up the Rotom V here. That's just easy 2 prizer, and we can damage the Charizard EX again. And that's really all we can do because of the Unfair Stamp, but that top deck was amazing. So we're going to do Phantom Dive again, which is Dragapult EX's attack. Knock out the Rotom V and do... I'm going to put all the damage on the Charizard EX, because why not? Our Grass Ogerpon is able to knock out even a healthy Charizard. So the damage don't even matter at this point. We got the Earthen Vessel, which is good. If they don't Iona us, we just Earthen Vessel for 2 Grass Energy. If there's still any in the deck, we run 9. So there's 4 total in play right now. I believe there's 1 in the discard pile. So we should still have Grass Energy in the deck. Because even if they knock this one out, the Regidrago VSTAR. Yeah, as long as we have Earthen Vessel in hand, or at least 2 energies, we're definitely good. Opponent put Ultra Ball. Got rid of the Pidgeot EX. So he's just... Our opponent literally just said, we don't need Pidgeot. We're just going to keep Summon Charizard and you have to knock it out. Okay, Charizard EX knocked out my Regidrago VSTAR so that he gets 2 prize. I'm just going to put it with Cleffa because it's a free retreat just in case we prize our last 2 energy somehow. So Earthen Vessel the Northern because we always want the dragon types in our discard pile, and there is 2 grass energy, and that's basically GG. You Teal Dance 1, you get the 1 energy onto you, and then you just manually attach. And then you retreat. Grass Ogerpon does 30 damage plus 30 for each energy attached to your active and your opponent. And then Charizard EX is weak against grass. And that's basically the game. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments.
That is it for this guide, but there will be plenty more coming soon. But in the meantime, you guys can check out my other videos right over here. And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give this video a like. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 50,000 subs. Thank you.